Asaram, self-styled God man who is now a rapist, is going to serve the entire life in the jail, life imprisonment, rigorous imprisonment. That's the punishment for Asaram. And apart from Asaram, Shilpi and Sharad, the two co-accused, they are going to serve 20 years in the jail.
हमारे तरफ से जितनी दलीलें रखी गई थी सब अच्छी दलीलें थी। कोर्ट ने नहीं माना, मीडिया के दबाव में कोर्ट ने आकर के सजा कर।
तीनों को तो कन्विक्शन है, हाँ। ठीक है ना, हाँ। दो को एक्सपेल किया है, हाँ। और उसकी अपील होगी।
कोर्ट में जब एविडेंस चली ड्यूरिंग ट्रायल 4 साल 8 माह टोटली ट्रायल चली, इस दौरान पुलिस की तरफ से जो भी गवाह थे और प्रोसिक्यूशन की तरफ जो भी गवाह थे, एक भी साबित नहीं कर पाया कि इनके आपस में बातचीत होती थी। इस आधार पर ये कोर्ट ने आज बरी किया।
The life of the young girl has been blighted by this Asaram Babu, the godman. I have no qualms at all. In fact, I am satisfied about the sentence given to him.
Watching the Urban Debate in Mirror, I'm Faye D'Souza. Thank you for joining us. There are some important questions that we have to ask this evening. Questions like, who will stop these self-styled godmen? Why are they given a free hand in our country? And are they not subject to law? Will the law catch up with the other rapist babas as well? Joining me on the show, Ashish Dikshit, who is a lawyer with the Supreme Court, Surjit Yadav, spokesperson of the Hindu Sena, Brinda Adige, the women's rights activist, Sandeep Munjal, spokesperson of the Sanatan Sanstha, Dr. Deepak Bakar is the leader of the Rajasthan BJP. Shantibai Vaghela is the victim's father, who will join us through the course of this conversation. Also, we'll have KK Manan, who was at one point a defense attorney for the convicted person in this case, Asaram. If we have Mr. Vaghela with us, Mr. Vaghela, thank you for joining us. This is obviously मिस्टर वगेला, हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए शुक्रिया। आज आपके पूरी परिवार के लिए ये जितने साल आप लोगों ने लड़ा, अभी जो लड़ाई चली आपकी जस्टिस के लिए, आप खुश हो आज? क्योंकि अभी इनका कहना है कि वो आगे जाके हाई कोर्ट में भी अपील करने वाले हैं।
चाहे हाई कोर्ट में जाए, चाहे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाए, न्यायपालिका ने जो आज अपने न्याय प्रणालिका पे जो लोगों का भरोसा था, जो जिसके साथ अन्याय हुआ था, जिसका हमारा दोनों बच्चे का मर्डर हुआ, और नाबालिग पे जो रेप का केस था, और रेप केस में भी आसाराम को जो सजा हुई, उसमें हमें खुशी तो है ही। लेकिन एक और बात मैं बता दूं कि आगे वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाए या हाई कोर्ट के लेके सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक जाए, लेकिन ये केस में वो बरी होने वाला ही नहीं है। पूरे बहुत सारे केसेस से कई लोगों की जिंदगी बर्बाद किया हुआ है, इसलिए कोई भी सुप्रीम में जाए या हाई कोर्ट में जाए, कहीं से बरी तो होने वाले ही नहीं है, क्योंकि न्यायपालिका पर हमें पूरा भरोसा है। न्यायपालिका यही देखती है कि जो नाबालिग बच्ची जो अपने कितनी छोटी सी उम्र में जो ये आरोप लगाया, और आरोप लगाने गुरुकुल की छात्रा थी, उसके पिता भी आसाराम के समर्थक थे, आसाराम के अनुयायी थे। उस बच्चे के साथ जो कांड हुआ, तो ये बच्ची गलत कैसे हो सकती है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज भी ये निर्णय ले सकता है कि बच्ची, छोटी बच्ची ऐसे बूढ़े आदमी पर ऐसे इल्जाम कैसे लगा सकती है? अगर कोई भी ये
वाघेला जी, हमारे दर्शकों को क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि आपके बच्चों के साथ जो हुआ था, जो आपके एक बेटा और आपका भतीजा, उनके साथ जो हुआ था, आप अपना केस समझाएंगे प्लीज?
हाँ, हमारा केस ये है कि हमारा जो दोनों बच्चे थे, हमारा अभिषेक और दीपेश को 2008 में जून में उसका एडमिशन लिया था, और 1 जून को एडमिशन लिया था, और जुलाई में 1 महीने के बाद दोनों बच्चों की अमावस के दिन में मिलने गया था, और 3 तारीख को, और 3 तारीख को मिलने के बाद दोपहर 2:30 बजे मैं वापस आया घर पे। मैं और मेरी बच्ची दोनों गए थे अभिषेक दीपेश को मिलने। दीपेश अभिषेक को मिले, उसने जो चीज़ें मंगाई वो हमने नोट किया कि इसको एक भतीजे को स्काइटिंग पैर में चलाने को स्काइट चाहिए था, और सेल चाहिए था मेरे बच्चे को जो कैसियो आता है उसमें चलाने के लिए। और सब बातें करके हम घर पे आए। घर पे आने के बाद मेरे छोटे भाई के ऊपर गुरुकुल से फोन आया कि आपके बच्चे घर पे आए हैं क्या। तो मेरे भाई ने बोला घर पे क्यों आएंगे भाई, गुरुकुल में पढ़ने के लिए तो है, तो घर पे कैसे आएंगे, आप कौन बोले। तो क्या हम गुरुकुल से बोल रहे हैं, तो क्या गुरुकुल में आपके बच्चे नहीं है। तो हम तुरंत 9 बजे रात को वहाँ आसाराम के गुरुकुल में हम चले गए और गुरुकुल में जाने के बाद बोला कि आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे नहीं है। तो हमने वो बोला
हाँ, आपके बच्चों की उम्र
5 जुलाई को दोनों
10
बच्चों
साल
की
और
डेड
11
बॉडी
साल की
आसाराम
उम्र
नदी
थी।
के
हाँ, 10 साल और 11 साल की उम्र के बच्चे थे दोनों, जो
नहीं,
आसाराम की
मेरा अभिषेक का नहीं 9 साल की अभिषेक की
जी बोलिए।
9 साल की उम्र थी अभिषेक की और 10 साल के दीपेश की उम्र थी। और यहाँ कमर से लेके गला तक कोई स्पार्ट नहीं, पूरा फेफड़ा खाली पांसड़ी दिखाई रही थी और पांसड़ी भी काटी हुई दिखाई रही थी। आप हमारे बच्चे की जो डेथ बॉडी मिली उसके फोटोग्राफ हम पीएम में जो दाखिल किया था वो फोटो हम आपको बताएगा, आप देख भी नहीं पाओगे। पूरा यहाँ से गले से लेके कमर तक कोई स्पार्ट ही नहीं था। वो जो सर पे मुंडन किया हुआ था, पैर भी काटा हुआ था। ये सब देख के ये लोग बता रहे हैं कि नदी के पट में डूब के मौत हो गई। आगे नदी में पानी भी नहीं था और नदी में ये लाश भी नहीं मिली, खाली नदी के पट में मिली और भी टेकरे पे रखा हुआ है, उसको मार के डाल दिया गया है। ये लोग पूरा झूठ बोल रहे हैं, यानी कि दोनों बच्चों की हत्या की गई हुई है। लेकिन अफसोस ये बात का है गुजरात सरकार ने और गुजरात पुलिस ने सही तरह से इसकी जो जांच भी नहीं की। उसने गुजरात पुलिस और गुजरात सरकार ने इस जो सबूत है उसको मिटाने का काम किया है, आसाराम को बचाने का काम किया गुजरात सरकार और गुजरात पुलिस ने। लेकिन मुझे ऐसा गर्व है कि न्यायपालिका पर भरोसा आज हमें हुआ कि वहाँ की राजस्थान की सरकार और राजस्थान की पुलिस को मैं सैल्यूट करता हूँ कि उसने जो बालिका के पर जो अत्याचार उसका बलात्कार के केस में
Vaghela ji, let me just translate for my audience.
इकट्ठा किया गया और आसाराम को
Let me translate for my audience. For my audience who didn't follow the Hindi that Mr. Vaghela was speaking, he said that the two boys, cousins, 9 and 10 years old, were found the next day on the banks of the river. The river was dry. They couldn't have drowned, although the school, the Gurukul inside the ashram that was owned by Asaram told them that they probably drowned in the river. The condition in which the two bodies were found, according to Mr. Vaghela today, was that he said that their ribs were cut and they were broken and none of the internal organs were present inside the body. Their heads were shaven. One of them was missing a foot, the other one was missing an arm. And the manner in which these children were found was so gruesome that even today you wouldn't be able to look at the photographs. He also said that the Gujarat government at the time and the police buried the evidence. Vaghela ji, मुझे ये बताइए, आपकी केस जो है अभी तक कहाँ तक पहुँच गई है? क्या हम जानते थे कि एक रिटायर्ड हाईकोर्ट जज ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया था और उस इन्वेस्टिगेशन की रिपोर्ट भी आई थी, वो रिपोर्ट अभी कहाँ है? आपको न्याय मिली कि नहीं मिली, क्या हुआ?
देखिए, मैं आपको बता दूं, गुजरात सरकार गुजरात पुलिस ने इस केस को रफे दफे करने के लिए डीके त्रिवेदी तपास पंच की रचना की थी और निवृत्त जज की रचना की, डीके त्रिवेदी तपास पंच की, कि ये केस को सारे लोग भूल जाए और 5 साल ऐसे निकल जाए। 5 साल में हमारा आर्थिक और मानसिक रीति से शोषण हुआ, हमको पैसे से बर्बाद कर दिया, हमारा मानसिक भी टॉर्चर हुआ और पंच बनाने के बाद 5 साल के बाद कोई रिपोर्ट आज तक गुजरात सरकार ने पेश नहीं की है। लोगों के सामने पेश करना चाहिए कि हकीकत में क्या हुआ था, उसका कोई रिपोर्ट आज तक गुजरात सरकार ने नहीं दिया है। इसमें पंच की जरूरत ही नहीं थी। इसमें जो भी बच्चे के मर्डर में जो भी शामिल थे उसको अरेस्ट करना था, किसी को अरेस्ट नहीं किया। आप देख लो, ये नाबालिग के केस में कोई पंच की रचना की, यहाँ गुजरात सरकार ने पंच की रचना क्यों की? पंच की रचना की जरूरत ही नहीं थी। उसमें अरेस्ट करने की बात थी। गुरुकुल में बच्चे हमने रखे थे तो गुरुकुल की जिम्मेदारी थी, वहां तो उन लोगों ने पुलिस केस भी नहीं किया, पुलिस में एफआईआर भी दर्ज नहीं करवाए। हमने पुलिस में एफआईआर दर्ज करवाई थी और वो लोगों तो पुलिस में एफआईआर दर्ज करने के लिए भी मना कर रहे थे, नहीं पुलिस एफआईआर नहीं मत करो। यहाँ कहने का मतलब जो पंच बिठाया था गुजरात सरकार ने, वो पंच फक्त इनको ये सारे सबूत मिटाने के लिए पंच बिठाया था और सारा समय निकालने के लिए पंच बिठाया था। कोई उस पर जजमेंट आज तक आया नहीं है। कहने का मतलब ये लोग, पूरी सरकार और पुलिस उसके साथ में थी। हमारे 2 बच्चों के संवेदना मुख्यमंत्री यहाँ के रह चुके मोदी साहब के संवेदना उसके दिल में नहीं थी, वो आसाराम के दिल में बचाने के लिए उसको संवेदना थी, इसलिए हमारा केस में आज तक कुछ हुआ नहीं है। लेकिन राजस्थान सरकार और राजस्थान की पुलिस, जो राजस्थान सरकार जो भी हो, जो भी वहाँ का मुख्यमंत्री हो, गहलोत हो, लेकिन उसके दिल में एक संवेदना थी कि बच्ची, इतनी छोटी बच्ची के रेप जो आसाराम कर सकता है, उसके पूरा सबूत इकट्ठा करके आज उसको जेल में भिजवाया है।
और वाघेला जी, मुझे ये बताइए, आपको क्यों आसाराम पे शक है इस केस में, आपकी बेटी की केस में?
अच्छा, आप अच्छा सवाल किया कि मेरे दोनों बेटे के आसाराम के क्यों सके। आप सोच लो, दोनों बच्चों हमने आसाराम के गुरुकुल में आसाराम की आस्था के वजह से छोड़ा था, उसको सही भविष्य के लिए छोड़ा था। दोनों बच्चे की डेथ गुम हो जाने के बाद डेड बॉडी मिलने तक आसाराम ने कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की। कोई भी अपने गुरुकुल में किसी की भी मौत हो जाती है तो तुरंत ही आसाराम दौड़ के आता है और ये क्या हुआ इसकी पुलिस फरियाद करो, जो भी है उसको दोषित को निकालो। लेकिन आसाराम ने कोई भी कार्रवाई नहीं की। आसाराम खुद ही कार्रवाई को रोकने के लिए खुद एक कार्रवाई नहीं हो इसलिए खिलाफ था कि कार्रवाई नहीं हो, इसलिए वो 15 दिन के बाद वो गुरु पूर्णिमा आती है तब वो यहाँ पे आया। वहां तक हमारा कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं किया, वो कोई भी छानबीन नहीं उसके फिराक में था। वो आसाराम खुद इस दोनों बच्चों के मर्डर केस में शामिल है।
और आपको क्या किसी ने बताया, या ये एक एलिगेशन थी कि ब्लैक मैजिक, काला जादू किया था आपके बच्चों पे, ऐसे क्यों बोला गया?
देखो, काला जादू, हाँ काला जादू के किसी ने बताया नहीं, लेकिन मैं सही में बताऊं, आपकी चैनल पे मैं सही में बताऊं, मुझे अंदर से ऐसी प्रेरणा हुई थी। प्रेरणा ये नहीं, ऐसा ही लगा कि इसको तंत्र विद्या के लिए ले गए होंगे। वो अगले दिन 4 तारीख की बात है और 5 तारीख को जैसी बॉडी मिली तो जो मैंने मन में जैसा विचार आया था वैसी टाइप की बॉडी मिली। सर पे मुंडन किया हो, फेफड़े में से ये सब पार्ट निकाल दिया हो, पूरा हार्ट पिंजर जैसा बॉडी। 2 दिन में ऐसी बॉडी कैसे बन जाती है? एक बॉडी सही है और दूसरी बॉडी के जो फेफड़े निकाले उसके बगल में टी शर्ट पड़ा हुआ था, टी शर्ट उसके बगल में ही छोड़ के दिया था। और दूसरे बच्चा साथ में, दोनों पास में करीब 5-7 फुट के अंतर में दोनों बच्चे की बॉडी पड़ी हुई थी। और रात को ये लोग आसाराम के आश्रम में, जो एक ओडिशा के से आया हुआ सुनील बैनर्जी, वो रात को उसने बताया कि 2 बॉडी वहाँ पे है। रात को वहाँ करीब 11 बजे वो लोग ले गए, उसी ने बताया यहाँ पे बॉडी है। यानी कि पूरा प्री प्लानिंग था। जब मीडिया लोगों का और पूरी जनता का बहुत प्रेशर आया तब लोग इसने बॉडी बताई। और आगे की मैं बात बताऊं, जब मैं चांदखेड़ा पुलिस से, जो आसाराम के गुरुकुल के बगल में चांदखेड़ा पुलिस स्टेशन लगता है, हम वहाँ पुलिस फरियाद करने गए तो वहाँ का पीएस पंड्या ने बोला कि ऐसे तो बहुत सारे बच्चे आश्रम से गुम हो चुके, आपके बच्चे भी नहीं मिलेंगे। मैंने बोला क्यों नहीं मिलेंगे? तो कि ऐसे बहुत बच्चे गायब हो चुके, उसकी बॉडी कुछ मिलता ही नहीं, वो तो गायब हो गए, कहीं चले गए। ऐसे बात करके हमको तो हमारा बच्चा भी नहीं मिलेगा। ऐसा आसाराम आश्रम में जो पुलिस वाला जो पंड्या साहब, वो उसके बारे में सब जानता है, फिर भी ये क्या है, मिली भगत है। वो सरकार की मिली भगत की वजह से ये सारा मामला अटक गया है।
और आखिरी सवाल वाघेला जी आपसे ये है कि आप अभी ये आज की वर्डिक्ट के बाद क्या आप फिर से अपील करेंगे हाई कोर्ट से या किसी से अपना केस फिर से खोलने के लिए? क्योंकि आपका जो केस है आपके बच्चे का और आपके भांजे का, वो तो केस तो पूरी ठंडी पड़ गई है, कोई जांच नहीं कर रहा है अभी। क्या आप फिर से अपील करेंगे?
नहीं, देखिए, अपील में तो हमने इस केस को सीबीआई तपास सौंपने की बात की हुई थी। गुजरात सरकार जब कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करी थी, पुलिस भी कार्रवाई नहीं करी थी, तब हम उपवास पर बैठे। उपवास पर बैठने के बाद सीएम ने बोला कि भाई हमारे पास आके रजूआत करें, तो हम सीएम के पास गए कि भाई इसकी तपास सीबीआई की सौंप दी जाए। लेकिन सीबीआई की तपास नहीं सौंपी, इसलिए हमें हाई कोर्ट में गए। हाई कोर्ट में हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गुजरात सरकार ने ये अपील की हमारी तपास चालू है। इसलिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला कोई बात नहीं, तपास चालू है। ये सरकार ये नहीं बोल सकी नहीं कोई बात नहीं, इस केस को ये सीबीआई को सौंप दिया जाए। लेकिन इस केस को रफा दफा करने के लिए तपास चालू, आज तक तपास चालू रहती रहेगी है, आज तक कोई रिजल्ट नहीं आया। गुजरात सरकार ने खुद को सीबीआई तपास नहीं सौंपे, इसके खिलाफ थी कि सीबीआई तपास चालू हो गई तो इस सारा दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा। इसलिए गुजरात सरकार ने सीबीआई तपास नहीं सौंपी। अभी आप बोल रहे हैं विश्वास क्या है? विश्वास हम गुजरात सरकार और गुजरात पुलिस पर कोई विश्वास नहीं है। और आप बोल रहे हैं आप आगे क्या करने वाले हो, तो हम क्या करेंगे? गुजरात सरकार और गुजरात पुलिस सब एविडेंस तो नाश कर चुकी है। उसका जो 5 साल का जो पंचनीमा था उसका भी अभी तक रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया। 5 साल तक जो भी एविडेंस है वो भी जनता के सामने नहीं रखा है, तो हम किस विश्वास के आधार पे आगे कैसे जाए?
Right. Let me bring in the rest of my guests
right
right now.
पीएम रिपोर्ट हुआ और एफएसएल रिपोर्ट हुआ
जी, और अभी मिस्टर वाघेला
पीएम रिपोर्ट हुआ, एफएसएल रिपोर्ट हुआ। उस
जी मुझे बाकी गेस्ट से भी पूछना है। आशीष दीक्षित joins us right now. Yes, Ashish Dikshit, there are deeper cases also that need to be looked at. Where do you stand on today's, today's verdict that came out, given especially what we are hearing from Mr. Waghela right now about the 2 boys who died 10 years ago and the justice that has not been served to him, Ashish?
As far as this today's judgment is concerned, I bow down to this judgment. This judgment has been passed, but my limited issue with the present judgment is with regard to the sentencing which has been passed. In my understanding, the sentence is on harsher side because Mr. Asaram was not having any previous involvement. There were no other cases pending against him. He has no past bad record. So in cases wherein an accused is punished for the first time, normally the course which has been adopted by the court is to give the minimum possible sentence under the law. Here what has happened that the court has granted him the maximum possible sentence. So this I find little bit on the wrong side of the law, and which is likely to be challenged by the accused. Secondly, as far as the other panelist who was making certain kind of observations with regard to his relatives being killed, I think these are more of speculations and issues which have been already dealt by court of law.
No. Ashish Dikshit, he's not making observations about his relatives being killed. He's telling you how he found his son dead. I think it's a little insensitive if you say he's making observations about his relatives. This was his son.
At that time I was not patched in. I'm sorry, at that time I was not patched in. No, at that time I was not patched in. When I saw there were certain, I heard relatives. So even that, what I have heard that the matter has reached up to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court even refused to transfer the investigation to the CBI as it was prayed by him. So I don't see much in this case. And if there is something, investigation is still pending, and when Supreme Court has already decided something, I'm not going to make any comments which are going to go against the orders of the Supreme Court.
I want to bring in Brinda Adige at this point. Brinda, I'm not sure if you could hear the entire conversation between Mr. Waghela and me, and the fact that he lost his 10-year-old boy, or the fact that he believes that he didn't get justice at the time. What is your reaction to today's verdict?
Historic verdict, and I think this is a lesson that should go out to all the fake godmen who are using and abusing their positions of power as spiritual leaders to actually go all out and commit rape, sexual violence on children and women. And these are people who are their devotees. And I think this verdict that has come today is historic, is landmark. And the earlier panelists said that the punishment awarded to Asaram was too high. Sir, under the law, if there was 40 years imprisonment as life, I think that should be awarded to him, because he abused his position of power. He abused the faith and confidence that his devotees placed in him. He abused people who trusted him and admitted their children into his ashrams. How can you say that this is a first-time convict? This is one case that has come forward. This victim survivor and her family have gone through tremendous trauma, tremendous torture. It has not been easy for them, hoping that this will be another landmark commitment that is being made, that others who have suffered in that ashram by Asaram and all his aides will also come out and make their complaints. Landmark judgment, historic judgment, proves that our courts may be slow, but punishment will be meted out no matter what the pressure, no matter what the influence, no matter what resources are at the disposal of such people. He's a sexual predator, and the punishment that has been awarded to him has been the maximum under the law, and I, for one, welcome it.
Right. I also want to bring in Sandeep Munjal, spokesperson of the Sanatan Sanstha. Mr. Munjal, obviously, in response to Ashish Dikshit's comment that this was possibly a very harsh sentencing, one must remember that the government currently is moving towards a death sentence, hanging, for someone who rapes a minor. This was a case of raping a minor. Do you still believe it's a harsh sentence?
Faye, that will apply only to people who are the children who are below 12 years of age, and even the High Court has observed that there is no research done.
No, so one second. So hang on, Ashish Dikshit, you're saying the government did not do enough research before bringing in that law?
That is what the observation has been made by the Honorable Delhi High Court, that what has been the research which you have done. Because if you remember, after the Nirbhaya case in 2013, there was Justice J.S. Verma committee constituted, and all these legal luminaries gave their suggestion. So that committee, after analyzing every aspect, came to the conclusion that giving death penalty for rape, including rapes for minor, will be counterproductive. I am not sure what is the research and what is the material which has been produced by the government to come to this ordinance that yes, now we will award death sentence. Because we had a committee headed by a retired Supreme Court judge, which after due deliberation come to this point that yes, death penalty should not be awarded because it will lead to further complications in the matters.
All right, my question was to Sandeep Munjal. Sandeep Munjal, do you believe that this was a harsh sentence?
In case the charges which are there, such charges are there, and these are true, of course, punishment should be exemplary. But in this case, I would say, since
Yes. What do you
still
say?
the High Court and Supreme Court is yet to decide about this case.
No, that's not how it works. Sandeep Munjal, I'm sorry.
We are
I know
yet
that
to
you
wait for
find
the final
yourself
verdict.
at a very unfortunate point right now where you and all of your other colleagues have to support someone who has been accused and convicted and found guilty of rape. But that is not how the law works in our country. It is not, okay, now let's see what the High Court says till the High Court says he's innocent. Now let's see what the Supreme Court says till the Supreme Court says he's innocent. That's not how it works. A Sessions Court has found him guilty. He is now guilty. He is now a rapist. He can appeal against this judgment, but that does not make him innocent.
Yes, as of now he is not innocent. The issue has been settled that he is a convict, he is a rapist unless he is cleared by the High Court. So we have to address him as a person who has been declared guilty by following a due procedure established by law. So we should not get into this aspect that, you know, what will High Court do or what High Court may not do. As on date, he is a person who has been declared guilty. We must respect the judgment which has been pronounced.
Thank you, Ashish Dikshit. So until and unless a court, a higher court says he's innocent, he is guilty.
We do respect the today's judgment of the court, but since the way out is still open to Bapu Asaram, so of course the case would be taken up in the High Court, and if
Bapu
required,
honge
I'm
aapke.
sure we have a strong belief that we'll get justice in the High Court.
Have a right to appeal, but he's convicted.
I mean, the fact that you're still calling him Bapu, I mean, is shocking. You're calling him Bapu in the presence of Mr. Waghela, who just
Yes,
told the story of how he lost his son.
If somebody is respectable to me, I will not go by your thinking or your way of thinking. I will, since we still have a recourse that we can go to High Court, so why should I not call him Bapu, Pujya Bapu in fact, Pujya Bapu.
So you don't believe that this person did anything wrong?
If you are upset with that,
you don't believe this person did anything wrong? I'm not upset, I'm amused. You don't believe this person did anything wrong?
it's up to you, whatever way you want to react to my statement. Get amused or feel bad.
So here is an individual who is accused of 3 counts of rape, found guilty in 1 count of rape. He's also been found guilty of wrongfully confining, raping a minor, outraging the modesty of a woman. He has also been accused in various other cases, including land grabbing. He's been accused in the murder of Mr. Waghela's child and his cousin. He has been accused also in various other things, including the fact that witnesses in these cases were attacked, were stabbed,
Yes,
were
ma'am.
shot at, acid was thrown in their faces. But you will call him Bapu and you will say Pujya Bapu. I'm very proud of you, especially because you're a woman, Sandeep Munjal,
Yes,
that you
I
can
will
turn
say
your
Pujya
eyes away
Bapu, and
from
I
the
can
needs of the
differ
women in this
opinion.
country. And
If you want me to speak your mind, sorry. If you want me to speak your mind, I cannot.
This lady
You cannot force upon me what you want me to speak. I am here because what I want to speak.
Waghela ji, Mr. Waghela wants to say something. Mr. Waghela, go ahead.
हेलो
हाँ बोलिए वाघेला जी.
हेलो हेलो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो बहन कोई भी बैठे हैं
जी।
वो आसाराम
हाँ जी,
के
हाँ, मैं
समर्थक
सुन
हो
रही
गए
हूँ।
शायद, लेकिन वो ये भूल जाते हैं
हाँ।
जो बच्ची का रेप हुआ वो भी आसाराम के जो अनुयायी थे, उस बच्ची पे रेप हुआ, वो बच्ची भी गुरुकुल में पढ़ रही थी और हमारे बच्चे भी गुरुकुल में पढ़ रहे थे। वो भी हम भी गुरु तरीके उसको स्थापित किया था, उस बच्चे ने भी गुरु तरीके स्थापित, बच्ची के बाप ने गुरु तरीके स्थापित किया था। ये अटैक जो भी किया है, जो भी ये अपने अनुयायी पे किया है, और बाद लोगों को दूसरी बात बता रहे हैं। ये जैसे बहन बोल रही है कि नहीं बापू पूज्य बापू बोले, हम भी पहले पूज्य बापू ही बोल रहे थे, लेकिन जिस पे बीतती है उसको ही दर्द का पता चलता है। ये लोग बापू के नाम पे एक शैतान है। वो जिस तरह हमारे साथ जो व्यवहार किया गया था, और उस बच्ची के रेप के बाद उसके पिताजी और उसके परिवार के साथ जो व्यवहार किया, वो बापू कहलाने के लायक भी नहीं। आप पूज्य बापू जो बोल रहे हैं बहन, उसको पता होना चाहिए खुद का बच्चा और खुद की बेटी के साथ ये हुआ होता तो पूज्य बापू आज ये बहन नहीं बोलती, क्योंकि खुद का बच्चा और खुद की बेटी पे ये नहीं बीता होगा। ये जो भी वीकनेस है, जो भी ये जो भी घटना है, उस परिवार के वो कहीं ना कहीं उसे बापू के आस्था रखने वाले थे। वो भी बच्ची के पिता भी बापू के आस्था रखने वाले थे, उसी के साथ ही बापू ने किया। तो जो शिष्य के पे ऊपर किया, तो शिष्य क्या गुरु को बदनाम करेंगे? वो बेटी का बाप गुरु को बदनाम करेगा? ऐसा कहीं नहीं। वो पूज्य बापू जो बहन बोल रहे, उसको बताओ कि ये पहले भी बापू के अनुयायी रह चुके हैं, बापू पे ये इल्जाम गलत नहीं लगे, सही इल्जाम लगा हुआ है। वो बापू के नाम पे एक शैतान है, उस बहन को आप बताओ सही तरह से।
आपको जवाब देनी है संदीप?
ये लोग बाहर के लोग हम नहीं थे, वो आश्रम के जाने वाले लोग थे।
हाँ बिल्कुल। मैं वाघेला जी, इस दुख के समय में हम आपके साथ हैं।
हम क्यों बदनाम करेंगे?
हम समझते हैं आपका दर्द, लेकिन आपने खुद कहा आपने खुद कहा कि अभी इसका फाइनल वर्डिक्ट आया नहीं है।
अरे फाइनल वर्डिक्ट
कैसे आप अपने आप कैसे निर्णय हम इसका ले सकते हैं ना? आप या हम कैसे इसका निर्णय ले सकते हैं? अभी इस चीज का फाइनल वर्डिक्ट आया नहीं है, क्योंकि उनके आश्रम में जाने के बाद इस प्रकार
नहीं आप ये क्यों नहीं सोचती? नहीं आपको ये सोचना चाहिए, जो नाबालिग बच्ची होती है, वो बच्ची आसाराम जैसे बूढ़े आदमी को कोई इल्जाम लगा सकती है। और बाप बेटी जैसे का उम्र का फर्क है, वो बच्ची आसाराम जैसे वो गुरु के समान है, उसके पिताजी उसके चेले हैं, उसके शिष्य, और बापू के इल्जाम कोई बच्ची लगा सकती है? आपको सोचना चाहिए। आपको दिमाग है कि नहीं, मुझे ये पता नहीं चलता। आपका दिमाग होना चाहिए कि जो आसाराम के शिष्य है और वो शिष्य अपने गुरु पे ऐसा इल्जाम लगाए कि उसको क्यों
आप अपने बच्चों के दुख में दुखी हैं, तो किसी भी प्रकार के आप शब्द बोल सकते हैं।
नहीं, दुखी की बात नहीं, बच्चे की बात मत करो, बेटी की बात करो। मेरी बच्ची के भी शब्द बोलेंगे तो महिला है, बच्ची के महिला, आप महिला है, आप महिला है, आप महिला है, तो महिला का दर्द आपको समझ में आना चाहिए। छोटी बच्ची है, अगर आपकी छोटी बच्ची होती तो आपको पता चलता।
हाँ बिल्कुल।
आपकी छोटी बच्ची हो तो आपके बच्ची के साथ हुआ होता तो आपको पता चलता क्या गुरु बोला जाता है, शैतान बोला जाता है।
Well, I still haven't understood why Sandeep Punjal of the Sanatan Sanstha is insisting on still defending Asaram, who has been found guilty by the court after witnesses were murdered, witnesses were shot at, witnesses were stabbed, they had acid thrown in their faces. 9 different witnesses were attacked through the course of 5 years. 3 of them died. The family was constantly threatened. Police officers were threatened. Judges were threatened. Defense attorneys were changed constantly. His own defense attorneys were changed constantly. After all of that, today, as a country, we have finally got justice. But there are still people who want to support him. I don't understand it. Why are you supporting him, and what is the need to do this? I don't understand it. Let me also bring in right now the other voices that we have with us. Deepak Bakir joins us from the Rajasthan BJP. I must acknowledge the Rajasthan BJP at this point for maintaining the peace. The Rajasthan government, the Rajasthan police, the Jodhpur police managed to keep the entire state under control. They maintained the peace. They did enough bandobast of police to make sure that nobody was able to cause any sort of trouble in the state of Rajasthan, and that must be acknowledged and put on record. Deepak ji, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Fai, for acknowledging your work done. I just want to bring in certain facts. As a matter of fact, if it's a general thing what we are discussing right now, I think justice has been delivered at last. and more of a poetic and a godly justice to the self-styled Godman. And it was much needed, and let this be an example for the others in the country that you can't take away the law from this country. Our Prime Minister just yesterday mentioned that in such cases, the person should be hanged. And I think a couple of days back, we brought in an amendment, an ordinance was brought in just in the POCSO Act that the rapists, they should be punished on the basis of the age of 12, 16 and others with the maximum of 20 years and up till the and be hanged if and when they are convicted. And this similar case, I don't know what the other panels are up to, but I would like to bring on the record that on 5 accounts he has been charged with. Apart from the rape with a minor, he has been charged with the illegal confinement, with the wrongful confinement, with the criminal conspiracy, with the criminal intimidation, and as well at last with the sexual assault. So these 5 counts are sufficient enough. And apart from this, the Supreme Court has said earlier that even the sole testimony of the accused is sufficient enough to convict the accused. So I think in the light of the matter, with so many things and so much material evidence was available on the record, apart from the witness, this was sufficient enough to give the verdict what was given by the Honorable Court today. And let this be an example for the people from the country. You know, it's a country where the Gita, where the Radha comes before Kishan, where the Sita comes before Ram. Don't you think we should start respecting the females the way we should be? We have been taught. It's only the couple of years back, maybe in 100 years, maybe a couple of 100 years, that these things are happening. This is more of a jungle law, and such barbaric act with the child who was, I think, maybe less than 12 years at the time when the heinous crime was committed. She is at last she got must be some relief in this.
Right. I have a couple of people. I understand what you're saying. I have a couple of people on the phone line. Ravindra Kumar on the phone line from Coimbatore. Mr. Kumar, go ahead.
Yeah, madam. I want to know, after Mr. Asharam is convicted, Bapu, Pujiniya word, the High Court or the Supreme Court should say that the word should be removed from Pujiniya, Babuji and all. And number 2, second question is, these people, they talk of Ram Raj. They are giving Ravan Raj. How Ram Raj will come? They want Ram temple with Ravan Raj. That's not possible.
Absolutely. Where is the justice right now? Where is the promised land that you had promised us? One more voice we have to bring in. Surjit Yadav of the Hindu Sena. Surjit Yadav, क्या आप भी अभी भी आसाराम को सपोर्ट करते हैं?
देखिए मैडम, आसाराम जी को सपोर्ट करना अथवा सपोर्ट नहीं करना कोई हमारे लिए कोई मुद्दा नहीं है। मुख्य मुद्दा क्या है कि जब भी किसी हिंदू संत के ऊपर कोई आरोप लगता है तो हिंदू समाज अपने आप को शर्मिंदा महसूस करता है।
संत,
ठीक है। आसाराम के केस में बोला जा रहा है, कई जगह कहा जा रहा है उनके समर्थकों के द्वारा कि षड्यंत्र हो रहा है, कोई षड्यंत्र किया गया, और फिर वो अपने ऊपर जो चीजें पेश कर रहे हैं कि एफआईआर में रेप केस नहीं है, एफआईआर में लड़की ने रेप नहीं बोला, मेडिकल में कोई रेप का पुष्टि नहीं होती, लेकिन कोई षड्यंत्र नहीं है। अब आप एक चीज देखिए कि इसको रेप होता है राजस्थान में, रहने वाले परिवार लड़की का कहीं और का, लेकिन एफआईआर दर्ज होती है जाके दिल्ली में।
वो जीरो एफआईआर होता है। Mr. Yadav, before you take us down this rabbit hole one more time, when it comes to rape and sexual assault, there's something called a zero FIR. The victim doesn't have to go to the jurisdiction of where the case happened. You can go and file a zero FIR wherever you want. There's nothing wrong with that. Now find some other grounds to question this case that has already been, that the verdict has already been announced for.
FIR, yes. उनको एफआईआर राजस्थान में नहीं करानी, उनको एफआईआर दिल्ली आके, जो उनका कोई भी कंसर्न लैंड नहीं है, वहां आके करानी है।
That's not a point of argument. Sorry, you've lost that point.
अपराध करा है, no.
That's not a point of argument. I'm sorry, you've lost that point. You've lost that point.
एफआईआर में रेप है।
आशीष दीक्षित,
एफआईआर में रेप लिखा है क्या मैडम? एफआईआर में रेप नहीं लिखा, मेडिकल में रेप नहीं है। आपको हमको आसाराम से नहीं है, लेकिन ये सजा हो किस कारण गई, लोग जानना चाहते हैं मैडम,
whatever he may say, but the fact of the matter as of today is that there is a judgment which has been pronounced by a competent court of law, by which Mr. Asaram has been declared as a guilty person. You may have your apprehensions or you are entitled to have them, but please understand the law has taken its course. He has been given opportunity to allay the prosecution's case, which he has not been able to. He has been declared as a person who is guilty. So we have to respect court of the law, and I have read the judgment. The judgment is very recent, very detailed. It's almost a 500 pages judgment. The judge has analyzed each and every evidence, including the apprehension of the conspiracy against the Asaram, and judge has completely rebutted it. He has said there is no conspiracy and nothing of that sort is on record. So as on date, he is guilty unless he is, this judgment is overturned by the High Court or by any other or Supreme Court. But today this person has to be declared as a person who is guilty. There are people who are having faith on him, but the fact of the matter is, under the procedure which has been established in our country, he is a person who will be considered as a person who has been declared guilty of rape, and that too of a minor, which is very a shameful thing for a Hindu saint to be associated with.
Well, I'm going to refrain from using the word saint, because from my dictionary the word saint means someone who has not committed any sort of crime or sin, and in this case it just simply doesn't apply. Vaghela ji wants to come in, and I want to just remind our viewers that Sunny-bhai Vaghela is the father of one of the children who died 10 years ago. They were two children, they were cousins. They were both students in the ashram that was run in Ahmedabad by Asaram. These students' bodies were discovered by the river outside of the ashram. Their internal organs were missing. These children were dead, and they have not been given any justice because, according to Mr. Vaghela, the Gujarat police buried that case and the Gujarat government made sure that they never got justice. Mr. Vaghela, very quickly, make your point. Boliye.
मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि जो भी आसाराम की तरफदारी कर रहे हैं उनको ये पता होना चाहिए कि जो बच्ची है वो अपने आप आसाराम के पास नहीं आई थी, उसकी कुटिया में अपने आप नहीं आई थी। दो जो सागरित थे उसने ये बच्ची पे भूत का छाया है ऐसा बुला के उसके माँ बाप को बुलाया और वहाँ से गुरुकुल छात्रा से लेके यहाँ आसाराम की कुटिया तक लाया गया था। वो अपने आप बच्ची नहीं आई थी, इसलिए इनको पता होना चाहिए कि वो बच्ची जो छोटी बच्ची थी जो भी छात्रा में पढ़ती थी वो ऐसे गलत आरोप नहीं लगा सकती। वो भूत छाया का जो मैं बात बता रहा हूँ, यानी कि वो लोग ऐसा भूत छाया कि ये तंत्र विद्या का वो जानकार है, ये भी पता चलता है। उसमें ये भी लिखा हुआ है, वो ये भी बताया इसके भूत के पेट का छाया है, इसलिए बापू के पास ले जाओ उसको ठीक करवाने के लिए। उस हिसाब से बच्ची को लाया गया था। बच्ची अपने आप आश्रम के कुटिया में नहीं आई थी, आश्रम के कुटिया में। बात रही हमारे दोनों बच्चों की आप बॉडी तो देखो। आप जो अभी चैनल पे बोल रहे हो बच्चे के बारे में और मेरे दो बेटे के बारे में, उसके परिवार से मिलो और मिलने के बाद उसकी सच्चाई जानो, बाद में डिबेट पे कोई आश्रम को सही या गलत बताओ। बिना आप आसाराम को कैसे सही बता सकते हो? मेरे कहने का मतलब ये बच्ची के साथ जो भी गलत हुआ, हमारे बच्चे दोनों को साथ जो यहाँ से लेके गले से यहाँ तक ये पूरा जो पार्ट से सब निकाल दिया गया था, इन लोगों को पता होना चाहिए। अगर वो हम लोग गलत, हम कोई बाहर के लोग नहीं थे, आश्रम के जाने वाले आश्रम के शिष्य थे और उनके साथ ये जो हुआ, तो कोई भी इतना तो इसको दिमाग होना चाहिए इन लोगों को कि इसके साथ गलत हुआ है तो गलत के साथ हम इसको न्याय दिलाने के लिए हमारे साथ आना चाहिए कि भाई आपके साथ क्या सही में क्या हुआ है। बच्ची के पिता के साथ भी जाना चाहिए कि आपके साथ सही क्या हुआ है। ऐसे लोगों के पास अलग बातें फैला रही है और सही में कुछ अलग होता है, तो आपको पहले आसाराम के समर्थन करने से पहले उन परिवार को मिलना चाहिए, परिवार की बात सुनना चाहिए, फिर आसाराम का समर्थन करना चाहिए कि हमारे पास जो गुजरी है, हमारे साथ जो इन लोगों ने बर्ताव किया है, वो बच्ची के पिता के साथ जो बर्ताव किया, वो सबको आपको जस्टिफाई करना चाहिए, उसको सुनना चाहिए, बाद में आसाराम का समर्थन करना चाहिए। मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ समर्थन मत करो, लेकिन समर्थन करने की कोई वजह तो होनी चाहिए ना। परिवार को मिलना चाहिए। वो परिवार वो कोई बाहर का परिवार नहीं था, वो आश्रम में जाने वाला ही परिवार था, और आसाराम के ऊपर गलत इल्जाम क्यों लगाएंगे?
Absolutely. I have Major Shoram Singh on the phone line from
गलत इल्जाम
Dehradun.
लगाने की कोई वजह तो होनी चाहिए ना।
जी, Major साहब, go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I'd like to thank you for giving chance to toddlers like us also. Anyway, the judgment which came, it is absolutely on the right path. And, if they take it up, it should not be struck down. He should be taken even in the highest court also, the punishment should stay.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, my all in the heart bleeds for that gentleman, Mr. Vaghela, because who must be passing. He has passed under so many, difficult ways. Thirdly, why don't these already Babas listen? Or they don't follow the people like Swami Vivekananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, Aurobindo Ghosh. They really hang their, the portrait behind their chair, and they do all very dirty things.
All right, so let me bring in Mr. K.K. Manan right now, who joins us, and I'm grateful to have him on the show. Mr. Manan was the first defense attorney in this case for Asaram, who then went through a series of defense attorneys over the several years that this case has been heard. Mr. Manan, you said you wanted to hear the verdict. We've now had the verdict. What is your reaction?
I bow my head before the verdict. No doubt in it. We have to go because the Honorable Court has found him guilty because of the evidence produced by the prosecution and tendered by the prosecution, and especially when she was cross-examined. It means that the defense could not brought anything which was against the prosecution or against the prosecutrix. So today I will not defend his case like this, because once the court has given the verdict, meaning by that we have to go ahead and we have all sympathy, whatever it is, but at the same time now he has a chance for appellate court, that is the Honorable High Court. Let us see what will be the verdict there, if his sentence will be confirmed, being that appellant, if he had gone to the Honorable High Court. Let us see. But one thing is there, when I left this case, as I was telling you yesterday or day before yesterday, I knew it when I left this case, because the case, his followers were taking this case very lightly, and they were thinking that the Baba can come out any day, and it's not a very big problem for them. That is why I left this case, because I knew number of things, but deliberately, being a professional lawyer, I will not disclose all these things. But one thing is there, message is there to the nation, that nobody can buy the justice, especially the courts or the justice. Today, I think we have not won, only justice has won, not either prosecution or anybody else. So justice has won today. So I bow my head. No problem. We daily lose the case, won the case. That's not a problem. If we win the case, we will not die with happiness. But one thing is there, if the prosecutrix or her parents got the justice today in the hands of the judge, then it is a happy occasion for all of us.
Right. Very well said that nobody else won today. Justice was the winner today. We had justice served in our country. I can see your hand go up again. Sandeep Munjal of the Sanatan Sanstha. What would you like to say?
Yeah, what I want to say is that such kind of shows were being run while Swami Asimanand was behind the bars. These kinds of shows were being run while Sadhvi Pragya ji was behind bars, and today while they are out after losing so many years of their life, and if I talk about Sadhvi Pragya Singh, her health as well. So how are we going to compensate? If people have objection to my word using just Pujya before the final verdict comes in the Supreme Court, while I'm saying I do respect the verdict today, but till the final verdict comes, so who is going to compensate them? Sadhvi Pragya or Swami Asimanand or Colonel
the law works. I don't believe that's how the law works. You don't get compensation for the time that you've spent in jail after being accused of and then being found
in criminal
guilty
justice. There is no compensation.
This is how it should work. So don't you think these kinds of loops should be bridged?
There's no loop.
Don't you think have you seen Sadhvi Pragya? How does she walk now?
A court has found this man guilty. There is no loophole. What you're doing right now is questioning the judgment of the court, and we don't stand for that. Randeep on the phone line from Haryana. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question.
Questioning the judgment. I'm saying, is there any way to compensate the people, those who have lost so many years of their lives? Today, people have objection to my using the word puja only.
One second. We already heard you. You've said that. We heard you once. I heard you the first time. Randeep on the phone line from Haryana, please. Randeep, go ahead.
Innocent.
Yeah, let the lady please ask her to finish what she wants to say before.
No, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, fine, thank you. The reason I think all these Babas have been exploiting their position is because all these politicians have been falling at their feet for their vote gains or whatever. And the reason there's no investigation for people missing from their ashrams. The same thing happened in Sirsa. The same thing has happened with Asaram. All these guys have to be put behind bars, and I think all these top politicians, as the videos show, look at these guys, the videos you are showing, falling at the feet of these Babas, the so-called Pakhandi Babas. And I don't know what kind of knowledge these guys are. Are they educated guys or what? How can they just worship these Babas, these scoundrels, these people who are exploiting
Right.
kids?
So you're saying the fact that the politicians are also part of this entire so-called following, that's what gives these Babas the power and the audacity to commit the crimes that they're doing.
Also.
But Sanatan Sanstha, but the media is portraying the Babas in such a way where the respect, where the word which was a sacred word, which is a sacred word, Guru and Babas were the sacred word, and these are the words which have been attacked upon, so that the conversion becomes easy for many people, so that the trust of the people is betrayed the moment you utter the word Baba or Guru.
So here you have a series of people from Ram Rahim
have been maligned
to Asaram who are going to jail on reasons that they have been convicted for by a court of law, and you believe this is the media's fault. I find that very amusing. Brinda Adige, go ahead.
I think, madam, it is the media that actually propelled to put in that seriousness, that importance, because this is a family. The perpetrator has more power,
listen, please,
more assets, a battery of lawyers, but when you look at the complainant, the survivor, she has nobody. You have a lawyer who has worked pro bono for her.
Listen,
and
please.
even when she went and made a complaint, when she made a complaint, there was threatening. People were threatening.
They wanted him to be behind the bars. Those people, those who knew that he has a good followership, because in the tribal area
you're casting aspersions on the victim survivor, madam.
He was working that there should not be conversion. So this was the point which was troubling so many people.
Madam, I think it is a very, very
I am using the same sentence because the people found it to be
claim that you are making an excuse.
Yes, ma'am. Superficially,
you are actually telling me that this person.
One second, ladies, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to bring in Ashish Dixit. The reason why I'm uncomfortable with this conversation, one second. If you say at this point that the whole thing was just a massive plan to defame Asaram, are you also then saying the verdict of the court that came out this morning was in that light, which is a very wrong thing to say? One second, Ashish Dixit.
In the tribal area, and they did not want to
Ashish Dixit, please.
Because of the work taken up by Puja Bapuji.
You know, the spokesperson who is appearing for Asaram, I think she is still blinded by the faith. She needs to apply her mind and understand that there is a procedure which was followed. It is not the case that Asaram was not given due opportunity to defend himself. He had all the opportunity to defend himself, and even after that, when he is declared guilty, at least today she should understand that those days where he was to be worshipped are gone. They are completely gone. And I think she has not read the judgment, because in the judgment, the judge has categorically answered every defense which was raised by Asaram, and after analyzing everything, he has declared him guilty. So you may still believe in him, but publicly you should not convey these kind of things, because this shows poorly on you. This shows that you follow people blindly without understanding anything. This is showing very poorly on you, madam. Please understand this thing.
I want to give the last word to Mr. K.K. Manan. Mr. Manan, this is a very important thing to realize, and I want you to explain this to our panel and our audience, that when someone is found guilty by a sessions court, It's not that we have to wait for him to be found guilty by the highest court of the land. He is already guilty unless that verdict is set aside by a higher court. So to turn around right now and say, let's wait and see what the Supreme Court says is not right. He is guilty as per today's verdict. Is that not true, Mr. Manan?
You see that today he has been held guilty and sentenced. Until his sentence is suspended by the higher court, his sentence will be as it is, that he will be a prisoner, not the now judicial custody. It is not his judicial custody anymore. Earlier, during the trial, he was in a judicial custody. Now he is a prisoner. Yes. His clothes will be changed. You must have seen that Salman Khan also in the same very jail. Today, his even clothes would be as a prisoner. Number would be given to him. Until by the higher courts, the sentence is stayed, suspend. But that is not immediately possible. They have to file the appeal. Let us see whether the higher court, that is the Honorable Supreme Court, stay his or suspend his sentence or not. Till that, we have to wait, and he has a right to appeal now against this verdict, that is before the Honorable High Court. But one more thing. Today, I would like to urge and request before his disciples, followers, you people have already made a mess up this case. Just you wanted, these people wanted that he should come out immediately without waiting for the trial, without waiting for the justice, without waiting for the opportunity. The way Wales have been moved, they have themselves ruined this case. They didn't keep faith in one lawyer. At least more than 20-30 lawyers have been changed in this case. That was not the way to get the justice or get the case conducted through lawyers. Even I am also one of them who left the case. Jethmalani also left the case. You see, they were in a hurry, so much in a hurry, I can't explain. Number of things are in our heart and possession, which I do not want to disclose being a professional. But at the same time, still I request, please believe him. No problem. I did other cases. I did the case of Chandra Swami also. When he was alive, he was acquitted in 2 cases. Now he is no more. Even after his death, 2 cases he was acquitted, and other cases now in abeyance. But the question is his followers and other things which are surrounding around him. I never approve such type of things there, and they themselves were invited the verdict today, which was delivered by the judge. And the fact is that for God's sake, let them believe the justice, judiciary. If they want to agitate, they should agitate as per law before the court, not outside or cry like this, or you kill the, whether he killed or not, because he is not an accused in any of the case of killing the witnesses. So all these things they should keep in mind. If you will have to get the justice, but it should, there is a way for that.
All right. Okay, we're going to have to wrap up this conversation and leave it here. Mr. Manan, thank you for joining us. I want to thank our guests as well. It all boils down to one thing. These God men are able to bring in large number of followers. That makes them attractive then to politicians who are able to find unsolicited votes. Politicians exchange those votes for political patronage, protection from the law. Hopefully now cracks are beginning to show in at least the cases where we've seen justice. Today justice was served. As one of our panelists said, justice won today, nobody else. Just justice. And for that we will be grateful. Thanks for watching.